Well, everybody, welcome to our call tonight. And wow, what a call this is going to be for sure. So everybody that is brand spanking new, that has never heard of our incredible master formulations, welcome, welcome, welcome. And those of you that have been on them and had life transforming experiences on the formulations, we want to welcome you as well. And thank you for all of you that are here, because you are the VIP here for taking the time out to really educate yourselves tonight on the gift that we have here. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to our host and then our guest for tonight. So Robert, I'm going to turn it over to you, and you can introduce our incredible guest, even though I would love, I'm just going to turn over to you.
Okay,
yes,
well,
yeah.
we'll go ahead and finish what you started. You would love to something.
Well, I'm just going to say, before you introduce this person, I love her with my whole heart. And we've been friends for so long, and she is one of the most brilliant people that I know. And so everybody get ready. And like Jim said, get your pens and your notebook out, ready to take notes, because there is going to be some incredible stuff coming out of her mouth for sure. So thank you for being here with us, Kjersti. I'll turn it over to you, Robert.
No, it's all good. And by the way, Jill Berth there, raise your hand, make some movement if you love Jill Berth. She is amazing. She's mother hen in Zallevo. We love her. She is the #1 income earner. She is a true epitome of servant leadership, and we love her. Her and Miss Kathy Horn are instrumental here, and we love you both, ladies. And so, yes, it is our honor, isn't it, Jill, to bring on Kjersti. 1 second, guys. Beware of reverb, honey. So Joey's downstairs, my honeybee. So oh my goodness. By the way, I'm Robert Arthur here in Granbury, Texas. If anybody is anywhere close here, Jim is flying down next week. So reach out to any of us in Texas. Okay, so Kersti Cote, director of Zallevo Labs. She is the director of our product development, along with her beautiful team. It's a global team. It's a mission-based team. I'll let her describe it, anywhere from biochemists, nutritionists, and all these individuals. It is a eclectic, world-class team that she has pulled together. She has been with Zallevo from the beginning of Zallevo and with this company, and she has helped put together these incredible original world-class formulations, which we're about to review, along with what is coming. Makes the movement all excited about what you know is coming and who wants to learn more. Yes, about that. So you're in the right place at the right time. So without further ado, Miss Kersti Cote, are you there?
I am. Oh my goodness. Look at this crowd. I love it. Thank you so much for the introduction, Robert and Jill. Love you too. Love you too. It's an honor to be here with everybody. Robert, you're muted, I think.
Isn't it priceless to see the vision and the dream coming to fruition?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Without a doubt. It has been such a beautiful journey. I just can't even believe it. I'm coming up on 3 years. My third anniversary with Zallevo is coming up, or with this company, I should say, coming up on the 27th. So a week from this coming Friday. And to think that I've been here for 3 years and everything that's transpired, seriously, it's all happened so fast that it's all a blur. Like the things that we did in 2020 seem like maybe just last year. It's been a lot of fun. Yeah.
It has been fun. And
yeah.
So many of us, if you're on this line or this recording, just whether you're brand new or looking to be brand new, hopefully you are, or already been involved since the beginning, we welcome you guys. So Kjersti, one of my original, first of all, let's give them a quick little preview, shall we, Kjersti, about what's going to happen on tonight.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
We're going to ask Kjersti about some of the beginning and the vision, a little bit of philosophy, and we've asked Kjersti as well to kind of give us an overview to bring us up to date, with that just very succinct on what brought us to the table so far. And then we're going to go through each of these incredible world-class formulations about to be released. And then we'll kind of sum it up. As we're going through this, feel free to go to the chat box and put your question in there. And we've asked Heidi, one of our Zallevo Leadership Council members here as well, the Zallevo Brand Partner of the Year. Make some movement, or move if you love Miss Heidi. So Heidi's going to be taking notes there. And also we are going into a deeper dive over the next few weeks and each of these products succinctly. So that's what's in store. This will be recorded so we can access this and share it with people we love. So that's what's in session. So Kjersti, shall we start with the vision? What was the catalyst? What was the impetus to launch this thing?
Sorry about that. I had you on mute. I apologize. Yeah, I can say this. I have been in the industry for just a little bit of time. I have seen a lot of companies come and go in the nutraceutical space. And I think we've all been exposed to a lot of supplements, a lot of health and wellness products. And it doesn't matter if it's big box stores, variety stores, your corner drug stores, online, stores. Everywhere you look, there is a plethora of nutritional supplements, protein shakes, vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, omegas. Like, how does one decide, number one, what they need, what they're, based on quality, how to kind of stack nutritional supplements together? I mean, the list goes on, and it can cause a lot of confusion to the consumer base. One of the things that I've done, Robert, over the years is I've done a tremendous number of product review and product analysis, where my job is to dig in deep and read those labels and really kind of scrub the product, so to speak, to see quality, purity, potency. If there's fairy dusting, as we call it, where one company might put an ingredient in their formula just to get it on the label. So as you are label reading, you'll identify a specific ingredient. You'll be like, oh, this is good for me, right? But what the consumer may not know is that the quantity in which they're putting into the formulation, you might as well be drinking a glass of water, because it's not going to move the needle at all. And so through the years, I couldn't believe the number of companies that would put out formulations that really weren't worth the consumer purchasing and wasting money on. And then there are the products out there that are actually good. There's a lot of good products out there. But even with the good products, there still might be some things inside of the formulations that shouldn't be there, or they're missing the clinical dose, or they left out one very important component, or maybe they're not focused on helping the body to break down those beautiful nutrients and help with the digestion and the absorption and bioavailability of these formulations. So the list goes on. And so when I came on board here, and we were really charged to take a look at where we were going, what do we want to do? What do we want to accomplish here? It's really, the bottom line is this, that everybody is given one life and one body, and life is short. And what you put into your body today dictates the quality of health that you will have tomorrow, and so on. And so how can we create formulations that will actually move the needle within the body, that will actually help the body, will actually get into the cells and ignite the cells and create healthy cells in a healthy environment in the body, to where you feel the difference on day 1, day 2, day 7, day 10, and so on. We want you to feel this, and you cannot feel the supplement that you're taking unless it's legitimate. There's formulations out there that you think might be legitimate, but you're working off of a stimulant, Whereas we really are driving the nutrients into the body and those beautiful botanicals, micro components, macro components, and the body is becoming alive and it opens up. Energy moves and elevates. Mental acuity hones in. We find that your body mass composition completely changes, whether it's bone density, intracellular hydration, lean mass, visceral fat reduction, subcutaneous fat reduction. The list goes on. These are things that you can measure with a smart scale in your own home and see the Zallevo difference. Not only did we want to really, really impact people's health and well-being, but we wanted to do it in an affordable way. Because what's the point in creating incredible master formulations if the average person cannot afford them? And so when you take a look at the cost per dose for all of our master formulations and you weigh them up against maybe the best of the best out in the industry, especially in network marketing, you will find that Zallevo will win hands down based on state-of-the-art technologies, innovations, the latest advancements in science, in a beautiful, easy, consumable form that's going to deliver everything you need for a beautiful price point that in most cases is way lower than even the leading competitor to us. And so we're very humbled and proud to be able to work together as a team here to create the best of the best, no compromise. Our founder isn't sitting there saying it's got to be this price and not that. He's not cutting corners. He's not demanding us to cut corners. We're really moving with greatness and creating formulations from concept to finished goods in such a beautiful way. So for those of you that are brand partners, be proud because you get to go to bed every single night and put your head on your pillow and have confidence that no matter what master formulation someone puts in their body, they're going to get results. And that is what our mission is to truly impact health and well-being.
It really is our mission, and it shows, doesn't it, of how we show up every day, which is one of our core values. So Kjersti, I know in a moment we're about to give a succinct summary of our brought us to the table so far. Before we do that, can you just touch on the fact, why do we have this foundational, and then we have a targeted, and now we have a performance, and we're about to see the cool colors, the black, the white, the red. So can you tee that up for us as well?
Yes, absolutely. So, well, first of all, we wanted a brand that was unisex. Okay. We wanted a brand that dudes would be proud of, popping in their gym bags, taking to the gym, right? I mean, no guy wants a pink pouch. Well, maybe some do, right? But we wanted it to be universal. And so when we were thinking about the branding of Zallevo right out of the gate, we wanted something bold. We wanted something that was timeless. We wanted something that was elite. And that's what you have, no matter if it's the red, white, or black packaging. The black packaging is representative of the foundational core formulations that go into your body on a daily basis. This is the must-haves. These are formulations that are going to help to equip your body with all of the nutrients to combat stress, to feed and nourish your body with amino acids so that your body can rebuild constantly every second of the day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. The renewing of the cells in the body, it never stops. And so therefore proteins going in every single day should never stop. And so that's part of the foundation with the Ultra 30 shakes, the Fortitude 85 with the stress component, the biomes to help to replenish your microbiome with beautiful bacteria so that you can digest properly, so that your immune system is up to par, and the list goes on. So that's your foundational line. It hosts formulations that are very, very foundational. And then you take a look at the white packaging. And that's more of your targeted, narrow focused approach to those master formulations. This is a line of formulations that we will build over time. And so far we have 2 in this category, Collagen 300 and MindSync that we just launched, your cognitive health formula. These are optional for you. This is something, do you want to take them every day? Yes, but it's more of a targeted approach where it's dealing with brain health. It's dealing with tendons and ligaments and joints and bone and cartilage, those types of things with Collagen 300. So very targeted. And then finally is your performance line. And notice it's not sports line. It's performance line, because we don't care how young or old you are. If you're a weekend warrior out mowing the lawn for 2 hours, hiking up a mountain, hitting the gym hard, it doesn't matter. That line is for everybody. And it's a safe line that will help you to peak your performance, to elevate your performance at any given time, no matter what the case is. And so those are your 3 categories, and there might be categories that join in future, but for right now, black, white, and red.
I love it. I just said very bold. I love the fact that we're a bold, courageous young company. All right, so before we get into the succinct overview, which you're already doing, so thank you. Can you summarize very succinctly again, when we say no compromise, what in the heck, what's the practical application? How does that show up every day?
Yeah, no compromise. I cannot stress this enough. There is a lot of, and I want to be cautious here. There are a lot of companies that do it right, but there's a lot of companies that don't do it so good. There's a lot of companies that will cut corners. For instance, I want to give you an example. There are companies that will come out with a formulation, and let's say that it has 3 ingredients. And let's say that the first ingredient is pea protein. And the consumer base is used to buying this 3-ingredient formula. And all of a sudden, the company that's producing this 3-ingredient formula decides that it can get cheaper pea protein somewhere. So it slides in a different protein into the formula. And then all of a sudden, over time, there's this evolution to the formula. And people are like, you know what? I don't feel the same. Like, I don't feel the same. I'm not getting the same benefits. This tastes different. Something's happening. In order to keep that from happening, number one, you have to be committed to the quality of the ingredient list. You have to vet your suppliers constantly. Even with the best of the best suppliers, from that ingredient going from your supplier to your manufacturing facility to your finished goods where it's sealed up in its package, something could happen naturally. That's the nature of the beast. And so it's very, very important that we have standard operating procedures in place, and that we're checking and vetting and checking and auditing and testing all the time throughout the entire process, from beginning to end, all the time, with every single lot or every single batch that we produce here at Zallevo. It's exceptionally important. And that's where you get the no compromise. That's where you get the consistency from one subscribe and save to the other. We're not into cheapening our master formulations. It's just not a part of any part of the DNA to this company. And like I said, it's testing, it's vetting, it's sourcing, and it's finding the right teammates that will stand in place and follow those stringent practices. So it takes a lot, but we're all committed, and we're very pleased at where we have landed thus far.
Well, it shows in the results. We in the field, we're living that. And you can't wait for the soon to be shared results as these new formulations hit the market. So for the sake of time, just I beg your favor, can we do this? Can we do a summary in like 5 minutes or less? Can we just run through the core, and then, because everybody's so excited to step into what's coming.
Sure. So the foundational line, the Ultra 30, these shakes are absolutely magnificent. It doesn't matter if you're whey-based or plant-based. They're both exceptional. They have a full profile of proteins, fats, carbohydrates, exceptionally low glycemic food. The cost for one shake is $3.86 a meal. And I don't know if anybody's gone through drive-through anywhere, even at the most healthiest places to drive through and grab some food. You cannot find one for $3.86 that's going to deliver you 30 grams of protein, 9 grams of healthy fats, 13 grams of total carbs, of which you're only netting 6 carbs. 7 grams of fiber. It's family friendly. You know, the little ones crawl at the feet begging for sips, right? That's a good sign. You have all 13 vitamins, all 72 minerals and trace minerals. In the whey-based shake, you've got 13 digestive enzymes that are plant-based, broad range pH enzymes. In the plant-based, you've got 19 digestive enzymes. So those are 2 custom blends designed for different protein profiles, right? Very customized nutrition, great for the entire family. Chocolate and vanilla for the whey, vanilla for the plant-based, and it's just an amazing eclectic group of shakes. You also have a formula called Burn Mode, and Burn Mode is basically your fasting buddy. It is your fasting buddy. Fasting is a foundational principle of health and well-being, and here at Zallevo, we absolutely embrace it. Fasting has been around for thousands of years. It's nothing new. People have fasted for hours, days, and even weeks on end, depending upon for health benefits, spiritual or religious beliefs. And so now, because of modern science and technology, we actually understand what's happening inside of the body at a very detailed level when you step away from the dinner table and embark on these fasting moments. And one of the magic secrets to longevity is opening up a window in your schedule to fast. And if you can fast long enough, you open up a phase called autophagy. And autophagy is where your body scavenges after dysfunctional cells, breaks those cells down, reuses some of those cell components to build new cells, and eliminates what it doesn't need. It eliminates dysfunctional proteins built up in the body, basically. And it's a huge remodel and renewal of the body. And if you're not making time for fasting, you are missing out, I promise you. And for some, fasting is difficult. And so that's where Burn Mode comes into play. It's a botanical drink that you submerge in water and give it a stir and have several servings throughout your fasting day. And it feeds and nourishes into specific processes such as liver, some processes that your liver is going through as you're fasting and moving through autophagy, and to provide the cells specific minerals and nutrients, all while not disrupting this fasting process or the autophagy in and of itself. So it's a beautiful botanical based formula. And then you have Biome Sync Daily, Biome Sync Trim. These 2 probiotic or symbiotic formulations are incredible, very potent, come in specific, amazing patented little bottles that preserve them from moisture. And so that those bacteria stay alive inside of that bottle until you swallow them down. The bacteria are even put into specific special capsules that stay whole for at least 45 minutes. So when you swallow them, they actually move down and drop down to into the small intestine before they actually dissolve down enough to break open and to release the bacteria. They're a vegan capsule, so very healthy, all natural. But the Biome Sync Daily is your universal head to toe, inside and out bacteria replenishment for a daily basis. And then Biome Sync Trim has 3 different strains of bacteria that are designed to go after visceral fats. Believe it or not, there are certain types of bacteria that are known to consume and devour fat. and those are within the Biome Sync trim. Next up is Fortitude 85, and this is a formula, again, botanically based. It has 85 different nutrients in it, from a few vitamins to 72 minerals and trace minerals in ionic form, to a bunch of different botanicals, adaptogens that are designed to help the body balance and regulate and kind of move into that neutral space. There are specific botanicals, one of them called ashwagandha, that is clinically proven, at least our ashwagandha. It's a specific trademarked ingredient that has been shown to reduce CRP levels, which are inflammatory biomarkers. Can you imagine taking a formula that contains an herb that's been clinically proven to reduce CRP or inflammatory biomarkers in the body? It's exquisite. Also helping to reduce cortisol levels within the body. So a lot of science wrapped up into all of our formulations, but the Fortitude 85 is amazing. And then the last but not least formula is the E-Vibe, which is now transitioning from our foundational line of black into our performance line, which is your red line. So I'll guess I'll stop right there.
Awesome. And one more, I do have a special request. Could you just spend 1 minute summarizing why using the burn mode daily? I love those antioxidants, xanthan. Could you summarize why using that daily is so, so powerful?
Yeah, so it's funny because if you were to ask any random person, like, what's the most important nutrient or supplement that you could put in your body? And people would argue. Some people would tell you protein, because you can't, it's like trying to build a house without building blocks. You're never going to, erect and build a house from the ground up if you don't have building materials going to the site. And that's what protein is building materials that come into your site and build into your body, right? And renew your body daily. And then you've got people, what about vitamins, or what about omegas? And they're all important. They're all important. But when it comes to helping the body live in the day and age that we live in, we are combated with a tremendous load of environmental pollution and toxicity on a daily basis. And I don't need to get into the weeds here. The bottom line is that the science is there. The stats are there. The toxic load to every person's body, no matter where you live on the planet, high in the mountains, low in the valleys, ocean front, it doesn't matter. You're going to be exposed to environmental pollution and toxins. And when you bring those things into the body, they are free radicals. They come into the body and they bounce around like a ping pong ball inside of a ping pong machine. And every time they bounce around and hit the side of a cell, they damage the side of that cell. And the cell will then die off quicker. So what antioxidants do, and this is one of the facets of nutrients that are so critical at this time and day and age in our life here, antioxidants, they will ride into the body and lend themselves to neutralize the ping pong ball effect and to stop those free radicals in their tracks. So, and in essence, protecting the walls, the outer walls of the cell, to allow the cell to be as healthy as possible and to live a longer life, to regenerate beautifully. So antioxidants are very important. And I know that was kind of a long answer, Robert, to your question about burn mode daily, but burn mode has a significant antioxidant load. There's one ingredient in particular inside of every single serving of burn mode called astaxanthin. It has an ORAC score, or an antioxidant score, of 2.8 million. And we thought a cup of organic blueberries at 9,000 ORAC was impressive. So to take burn mode first thing in the morning or last at night before you go to bed is just a beautiful addition to your day. So yes, you can use that daily.
Yes, thank you you drove that point home. So I not only can, hopefully, if you want the world's #1 most potent antioxidant on the planet and all the other benefits of burn mode, hopefully you get the point. Okay, so now We need a drum roll, Kjersti. It's amazing. So, my goodness, and Jim, Big Brother Jim, if you don't know who I'm talking about, his name is Jim Rhodes. He's waving his arms around. 50 years now in the industry. Jim was crying over this one. He said, "Can you ask Kjersti this question?" and this will express the impact of what just happened. He said, "What, Robert and please tell everybody, and Kjersti can answer this. In the normal nutraceutical world-class nutritional system world, okay, whatever you want to call it, it normally takes years, almost a decade or whatever it is to come up, not just come up with the ideal, but then to pull the ingredients together and to source and to get the formulations and all that just right. So Kjersti, we just launched 5 additional products, world-class, and in a short period of time, and you can tell us how long that took. And this was truly a combination of what? Divine nudges and serendipity and obviously hard work. So I'm going to shut up now, but could you summarize that?
You mean summarize the divineness of what we have here? Is that what you're asking?
The divineness, yes, but also how you and the team were able to put these together in this short of a time. We just compressed about 3 or 4 years on the product launch timeline in what,
Yes.
1 year. So
Yeah, well, yes, this is a great point. So most nutraceutical companies, they'll do 1 product a year, maybe 2. Or they'll repeat a product in a different flavor. You know, that's not challenging. That's literally reflavoring your existing formula, right? It's just variety is the spice of life. They come up with a new flavor. It's exciting, tantalizing to the taste buds, that good stuff. But when it comes to the speed at which companies choose to roll, well, there's kind of an industry standard, and nobody really commits above the industry standard of maybe 1 or 2 formulas a year. For us, we're like hair on fire. What else does everybody need? Because we want it too. You guys, think about that. Like, you know, your Zallevo corporate team and labs team, we're just like, we need that right now too, because we all need health. We all are starving for this because there's nothing else like it. I could, you know, settle for this, or I could settle for that. But the bottom line is it might have this in it, or it might not have that in it, or it's too expensive. It's unbelievable to see the prices. And I can't bring myself to doing it. So I'm going to tell you, when Brandon approached me earlier in 2022, I was thinking 1 or 2 formulas because, you know, we launched 7 out of the gate. We launched 7 master formulations in 6 months, from concept to finished goods in 2020. And that everybody thought we were absolutely nuts. They could not believe we were doing that. And so then fast forward, we kind of stopped and took a breath. We launched the whey shakes, and then, you know, 9 months later, 8 months later, we launched Collagen 300. And of course, that was a year ago right now. And then we decided, you know, like, okay, well, what do we want to work on in 2022? And we had a few things in the hopper that we were working on. And all of a sudden, Brandon comes to me, the leadership team, actually, Mitch was a part of the conversation, and he goes, we need to do this, that, and this. And we're on a Zoom call, and I'm shaking my head like, no, no. And Brandon is just, he's a visionary, and he was brilliant in the moment in thinking to himself, we really want to fulfill more facets of health and well-being. And we're going to blaze a new trail in the industry and do something that is not common. We've already done it once, but to continue to do it is unheard of. And so the people that we rub shoulders with in the nutraceutical space, they're just sitting there shaking their heads thinking, what are you guys doing over there? Because of what we're doing and in the speed at which we're doing it in. And we're having a lot of fun. So it's been a whirlwind. It's been very intense. But just as our core value states of, we get back up, we get back up fast. We believe that a way has been prepared. And we have full faith that the work that's at hand, that we can accomplish anything. And we certainly have been able to do that thus far. And there's more to come. Can you imagine what is going to be transpiring with Zallevo in the next 12 to 24 months, taking into consideration all 17 master formulations that you guys have? And we're only a 2.5-year-old company. It's amazing. It's so amazing.
Yes, it truly is. And we truly are visionaries and trailblazers. So, okay, so the first product that's going to be released physically from our manufacturers is an exciting product. And what are the 3 words on the label? It's memory. Help me out, Kjersti.
Yes, it is Mind Sync. And as a matter of fact, I want to share some slides here.
Okay.
Hang on one second, because I'm going to see if we can get you guys connected. I don't know why that is not wanting to. Let me do it this way. Okay, here we go. Let me try it again.
And just a reminder, while Kjersti is doing that, just a reminder, guys, Kjersti is basically teeing it up, giving a high overview, and we're going to go in depth on each of these new formulations coming starting next Monday. So just know that's what's in store. So
okay, yeah, take a look at this new food pyramid is what I'm wanting to show you guys. I just am blown away by this. This was put out by Tufts University, and it was in conjunction with some governmental organizations, along with some huge food producers in the commercial food space. And it blows my mind because what you're seeing here is an upside down version of what it really should look like. They're stating that, Lucky Charms is healthier than ground beef.
Huh.
That Cheerios are better than a fried egg. We've got some serious issues with this. This was just published in a journal. And I don't know who's going to believe this, but the bottom line is there will be people that will believe that this order of eating is okay. Let me tell you, Lucky Charms, it might taste fantastic for the taste buds, but it has artificial colors, artificial flavors, tremendous loads of carbohydrates through sugar, and of course, grains that are not GMO. That are not non-GMO. The carb load to a bowl of Lucky Charms drenched in milk is a high glycemic food. And when you're bringing a lot of sugar or carbohydrate load into the body all at once, it creates an insulin spike, not just an insulin reaction. Protein creates an insulin reaction. You want an insulin reaction. But when you load the body with carbohydrates, it creates an insulin spike. It drives insulin high and hard in the body to try to fight to drive the carbohydrates or the glucose, the converted blood sugar, glucose out of the blood into your cells and your muscles in hopes that you will burn the stored glycogen or the stored glucose, in your cells now as fuel. It's hoping that you will exert energy to do so. And in most cases, people don't. We live a pretty sedentary culture lifestyle. But the over and over repetitiveness of this feeds into insulin resistance, which is the first beginning stages of diabetes. It's the pre-diabetic phase. Then you move into type 2 diabetes, and people are still eating Lucky Charms because of this graph, and they think, what's wrong with me? I'm not feeling well. And then pretty soon the brain starts to deteriorate because type 3 diabetes is dementia and Alzheimer's. And so it is a scary thing to see this type of graph these days in society today. So you can't really trust everything that you're reading. I guess that's my message, is that you need to be cautious on the things in which you're reading and what you're believing. Do your due diligence and seek out and cross-reference the science that you're reading and absorbing, because everybody's got a smartphone or smart device in their hands and they can learn anything at any given time. So just know that you know, it's important to do your due diligence. So I want to move into, if I can minimize this real quick here, let's dive into our new launches. Very exciting here. And let's go ahead and get this started. If I can move these little bars around. Is anybody noticing that things are a little glitchy on your laptops recently? It's not allowing me to begin. I guess I'm going to have to do it this way.
There we go.
It looks good.
Does it? Okay, let me minimize this. Can you actually see my entire screen or just the PowerPoint presentation?
Just the PowerPoint presentation with the slides on the side.
We were seeing at one point you had just the slides, but then you clicked something and, or it might have been that long delayed, but at one point you had the slideshow working.
Yeah, and it won't allow me to share a specific way, which is interesting. Normally it gives me options for viewability and it won't do that today. It's only doing speaker notes or start from the beginning. I guess I could do speaker notes. Let me try it this way, guys. And then let me try to share again. And
the way it appeared, we could still hear and read it, even though the slideshow was to the side. So that works for us.
There you go. Yeah, right there.
okay, and is that just, do you only see the innovation or do you see my entire desktop?
Just the innovation.
Perfect. Yay. All right. Okay, well, let's continue on here. So innovation. We are driven for innovation. We love innovation. And so it is something that we take very seriously here. We're constantly digging and diving for all kinds of new advancements. And trust me, they're happening quicker than ever before in the history of man and in the nutraceutical space. And if you're not spending time digging and sifting and sorting to see what applies to our philosophy here at Zallevo, then you're going to be losing and you're going to become an antiquated nutritional supplement company. And rest assured, Zallevo will never become antiquated. I love it. So let's go ahead and take a look at our first formulation that we just launched this last week, MindSync. It's a very powerful supplement that is loaded with all kinds of goodness. You have a formula that is features patented complexes and nootropic ingredients that are vital to assisting brain health in every single facet, from neurotransmitter activity to energy production in the brain itself, learning, memory, mental acuity and clarity, the speed at which you're processing data and information. So that's cognitive speed, reactive time. The list goes on. This is a very well thought out formula. It has everything you need and nothing that you do not need. So we are not wasting your money when it comes to what goes into this formulation. Nootropics are expensive, you guys. They're a very specific, potent, well-studied grouping of nutrients that really do pass through the blood-brain barrier and work in nourishing and feeding brain tissue and cells and brain activity. So with that, this is very state-of-the-art. Again, promoting brain signaling. And when the brain is healthy and revving, then naturally your mood is going to be impacted in a very positive fashion. You'll have reduction of errors while on tasks. And get this, When you take 3 capsules of MindSync, you will feel the difference within 15 minutes. That's how quickly it comes into the body and passes through the blood-brain barrier. It's 6 capsules per day, 3 in the morning and 3 at noon. We encourage it on an empty tummy. If it upsets your tummy, taking it on an empty stomach, then take it with your Zallevo shake. Take it with the Zallevo Ultra 30. And I want to do a little comparison, a price comparison here, because this is really important for you guys to see this in how we stack up. You've got, I wish we didn't have to blur these out, to be quite honest, but you can see, I'm sure that many of you, if you've studied nootropics, you've come across the formulations that are blurred out. But example A, $159 retail, $139 on their subscribe and save, and it's only a 22-day supply. You can't even take it for 30 days. And it comes at $6.31 a day. Can you believe that? $6.31. How is anyone going to afford the Zallevo Ultra 30s, right? Think about that. Example B is $125 retail, $106 subscribe and save for a 20-day supply. So these two are in cahoots with one another, and they are like, well, if he does it, I'll do it. Well, we're like, yeah, no, we got to have a 30-day supply, and you're getting your 30-day supply at under $100 for 30 days retail and $79.95 wholesale for subscribe and save, again, 30 days. It's about $2.66 per day. That is an exceptional price. So be very, very excited and proud. There are other liquid nootropics out there in little shots, and they come at a price of over $4 for one shot, with minimal ingredients that you can't even feel, and the taste is horrible. So just know that you don't have to taste the nootropic botanicals in this, and you guys are going to love it. You'll absolutely love it. The price, as mentioned, is $79.95, 30-day serving, 80 PV, 56 on the CV. And any questions before we move on, or should we just save questions until the end, Robert?
We can, just one quick one, I think everybody has, is what's the recommended age?
I would say probably 16 and older for this one.
Okay.
Because it really is nutrients that need to go in a fairly developed brain, although your brain isn't fully developed at 16. Think about it. Young adults are pressing their minds hardcore, especially when they get into high school and college. So for those cramming study exams, I don't see why they could not have this. There's no stimulants. This is a non-stimulant formula. So anybody that's concerned about stimulants, it's such a great feature to have no stimulants in a brain formula. So what you're going to feel is true nutrients getting to the brain tissue.
I love it. And one more thing, Kjersti, and for those on this line right now, that again, the very first deep dive call we're doing is next week. So if you have questions, I think we do have a hard stop here at the bottom of the hour, but just know that if you have questions that we may not get to on the specific formulation that we're releasing, especially the new ones, again, we're going to go in depth, on the later few weeks. So back to you.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, as we move through the next several weeks and talk and do a deep dive per each master formulation, we'll even have fax panels. We'll display fax panels for you to see, along with ingredients and stuff like that, and kind of really dig in so that you guys can see how fun the packaging is going to be when you turn that label over, how beautiful it is. So let's go ahead and jump into Alpha. So Alpha Performance is a natural pre-workout. It is loaded with all of the ingredients, again, that you need to remove roadblocks from any kind of physical activity without the harmful effects or the harmful ingredients that a lot of pre-workouts deliver to the human body. We just don't participate in the gnarly ingredient space. We want ingredients that are going to move the needle and help with blood flow and oxygenation uptake. Again, removing those walls that you can hit while you're working out or you're performing. It is going to help to fuel the energy naturally. It also gives you a beautiful bump of natural caffeine from guarana seed at a total of 200 milligrams. Remember, eVibe is 140 milligrams, alpha is 200, so about 60 milligrams more than eVibe. And you all know if you've tried eVibe, you don't get the jitters and you don't like spike up with this insane energy in the sense that it doesn't feel right. It's a natural slow release and slow lasting. Helps to decrease muscle fatigue, muscle damage, helps to increase muscle volume and pump. It also lends to mental acuity and focus, of course, stamina and performance. It really is fueling your body with everything natural and nothing synthetic or artificial. Again, 200 milligrams of natural caffeine per stick. Again, you're going to have it in a stick form, so the portability is awesome. Ages 16 and older for this formula, and you can feel the difference within 15 minutes. But the cool thing is that the ingredients in here, they last for up to 6 hours. So it's not like you have to worry about taking this and like cranking it out a workout or going hiking in 30 minutes. Although we recommend that, capture it on the front end of it. So, the cost for this is amazing. You've got $54.95 for retail, $49.95 subscribe and save, 15 servings. Why 15 servings? It's interesting because there's a lot of pre-workouts out there that have 15 or 20, but never 30. And the reason is because if you're working out 3 to 4 days a week, you're going to satisfy 1 unit a month. So that's the cool thing, is you don't need a dose of this every day, only when you're really pressing yourself. So keep that in mind. 50 in the personal volume VV, as well as 35 CV. Let's move on to Build. This is a muscle growth catalyst. This has very specific ingredients in it that help to drive muscle creation in the body. It is not designed to take by itself. It is designed to couple with the Ultra 30. If you do take it by yourself, you're not going to experience the benefits, because the way that I like to look at Build is that Build is your workers that arrive to a building site and they are ready. They've got tools in hand to build your house. And the building materials show up to the site, and that is your Ultra 30. So Build is the workers that magnify and put those building blocks into place in the body and help to drive lean mass synthesis in the body like you wouldn't believe, even without increasing your workouts based on number, or even with your strength or your resistance, increased in strength or resistance. It's incredible. So you will feel the difference. So it's 1 stick inside of your 1 to 2 scoop Ultra 30 shake, about 20 to 30 minutes post workout or physical activity. This is good for 16 and older, and it's amazing. You will see it. So get a smart scale. If you're going to put this to the test, get your smart scale. And then that way you can watch your body composition shift and change. This is $39.95 subscribe and save. Again, 15 servings. So it couples with your alpha. So take it on alpha days as you will, and make sure that you're putting it into your Ultra 30s. Next is Drench. This is amazing. And I'm not going to mention any full names, but there's an IV company out there. And then there's, a couple of other companies that really target hydration. And then there's one that starts with a G, and then there's one that starts with a P. And the bottom line is that a lot of those products are nothing but 2 minerals in water with sugar, artificial colors, artificial flavors, artificial sweeteners. It's unbelievable. Or just pure straight up fructose. Drench is very different, and we're going to myth bust when we get to this specific call the night that we have it, because hydration is amazing. It's essential. You can extend your life by 20% if you are hydrated every day. If you are dehydrated every day, you're going to cut your lifespan by up to 20%, if you can believe it. You're going to potentially put yourself at higher risk when it comes to disease and illness. So hydration is exceptionally important. Do all of our master formulations drive hydration in the body? Yes, but this is super hyper focused on that. And you are going to love the facts panel when you turn it over and you see all of those minerals and trace minerals. It's going to blow everything that you could buy on the market out of the water, and it's all natural, nothing artificial, sweetened with our zero cane as always, and they taste amazing. So Again, superior hydration. One of the things that we've gotten asked is, is this electrolytes? Is there electrolytes in there? And the answer is yes. Electrolytes are minerals. There are about 5 macro minerals that are really the flagship of all minerals out of all 72 minerals and trace minerals. And they have been termed electrolytes. And so minerals are electrolytes, electrolytes are minerals. So this covers everything that your body could possibly dream of, plus liposomal delivery. 8 years of age or older, only just because of the mineral load. Could you really dilute it down for younger than 8? Yes, there's no stimulants in here. 1 stick a day, and certainly just 1 stick on your on your burn days. You could have 1 to 2 servings on your ultra days though. All right, $39.95 for 15 servings, 40 PV, 25 CV. It's an exciting product. Next is Vital Core. You guys, when it comes to a multivitamin, how boring are multivitamins? It's like it's the 1 a day approach, and they've been around since forever. And when we were thinking about a vitamin, if you're going to invest as a consumer, we just thought, you know what, let's make it fun. And let's do a 2-in-1 for the price of what it would cost to just do a vitamin. Let's do a 2-in-1 and really sacrifice here on the price and just allow the consumer to buy it and get it into the body. And so we have coupled our multivitamin profile with organic alkalizing greens, as well as organic antioxidant berries, which we're going to get to in just 1 second. So there's 2 different multivitamin formulations that you guys can take advantage of and really truly enjoy. They are safe for ages 4 and up. Each serving delivers 50% of your daily value. And it's interesting because people are like, well, then what? Like, where's the 100 DV? And the bottom line is that a lot of multivitamins are well above the daily value because they don't have other components that they're dripping into the body like they would have with Zallevo. For instance, your Zallevo Ultra 30 shakes deliver 30 to 50% of your DV. And so this is designed to couple nicely with all of the other Zallevo master formulations so that you hit your 100% DV and you're not overdoing it. The key to filling your body with lots of nutrients and vitamins and minerals is daily supplementation. It's more about consistency than it is 5,000% of your DV or 277% of your DV. It's not about that. It's about consistency on a daily basis, flooding these things in and filling up those vitamin pools into the body. And we're not going to get into too much here, but wait, let me go back. This is the greens profile. Check out that. And for those people that may be sensitive to alfalfa, these are grasses. They're not grains. So this is a certified gluten-free blend. So you don't have to worry about gluten intolerance here when it comes to various individuals. But if maybe they're, sensitive to something in astragalus or alfalfa, then they can always go to the berry blend and enjoy that. Let's see, what else can I tell you here? Let's go to the berries. Organic alkalizing berries, 117 ingredients in the greens, 119 ingredients in the berries, by the way. Assists in nutrient gaps, again, for ages 4 and older. Check out that list of berries. By the way, you're getting a 1/2 pound of greens in 1 tiny little stick. You're getting 1/3 of a pound of berries in 1 tiny little stick, and you can mix it with your E-Vibe, or you can mix it with your collagen, or you can put it into your Ultra 30 shake. So you can tuck it anywhere in any way. So when this hits your pantry, we can't wait to see what you guys end up doing as far as your concoctions and your trios and duos and all of that good stuff. All right. Oh, by the way, ultra days for those, avoid those on burn days. This is probably one of the most popular ones on the left as far as example A is concerned. And check out the price, $2.97 per serving, right? But if you didn't go that route, you would have to try to figure out how to get your multivitamin with greens or your multivitamin with berries. And this was the best approach that we could come up with at about $3.66 per day. When it comes to your vital cores, it retails out for $47.95, $41.95. It ends up being about $3.19 per serving. And that's per day. And that includes your greens or your berries and all your vitamins and minerals. So it's a very exciting price point. Last but not least is the eVibe. Now, you guys are familiar with eVibe, but do you like the transition from black packaging into red? Yes. Okay. It's exciting because it does fit nicely into the performance line. Nothing has changed about eVibe. It's the same old amazing ingredients that are designed to help to elevate energy production within every single human cell. Obviously helps with weight management, mental focus and acuity, stamina, performance, mood. You can still use this as your pre-workout choice. 140 milligrams of caffeine, 16 years of age and older. You can use 1 stick on burn days, of course, ultra days, and it has a beautiful antioxidant load, as always. By the way, Drench is a mirror of eVibe, but with bolstered minerals and no stimulant, no caffeine. So for people that love eVibe and all of the nutrients, they'll get all of those within Drench, and then a bolstered mineral profile and zero stimulant. It's a non-stimulant, at least Drench is. So a good alternative for people. eVibe had a little bit of a price increase. We've experienced some inflation with ingredients in the industry, and it's just natural, nature of the beast. So it's $39.95. So it went up a few dollars. Again, 15 servings, 40 PV, 25 CV. And you'll watch the packaging transition from the black to the red as we exhaust our black packaging in warehouse. And that is it. So.
Well, it is Christmas time. Santa's coming a little bit later this year as well. I guess he's coming back around to the planet. So thank you, Kjersti.
Robert, she didn't do collagen.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
collagen was
summarized
missing
the
on the
original.
slides. Well, collagen we did recap in the beginning, I believe, but maybe not. Maybe it was more of about the targeted approach. But I think, I'm so sorry, you're right. Let me do that. Collagen 300, the most state-of-the-art collagen you can get, bar none. Like, don't believe anything out there. I'm telling you, it's smoke and mirrors. If you're wanting to learn based on science and data, collagen 300 hands down is the most technologically advanced collagen on the face of the planet. It is a patented collagen, marine sourced, heavy metal free. It has a small molecule size, so small that it requires zero digestion. It has a hang time in the body of 15 times more than any other collagen on the planet. So gram for gram utilized, there's just no comparison. So that's why we're seeing such significant results in even just 7 days, 10 days, 14 days, especially 14 days. It's unbelievable what we're seeing when people start collagen 300. Collagen is interwoven into about 95% of areas in the body, whether it's your teeth, your gums, your bones, your muscles, your joints, tendons, ligaments, and cartilage. Our collagen 300 Moricol marine collagen has been clinically proven to help cartilage regrowth. That is not something that's typical. Any orthopedic guy will tell you, you cannot, once your cartilage wears down, it is impossible to get the cartilage to start to, for your body to stimulate and regrow collagen. And we can do that with our Moricol collagen tripeptides. So it's going to benefit every single nook and cranny of your body.
Wow. Thank you, Martha, for that reminder. And thank you, Kjersti, for that. What a great, beautiful summary. And for those watching, one answer to, I heard question a lot. Yes, this will be a replay, as we said, and the goal is we're going to grab some segments here, and so we can have bite-sized chunks as well. We will have the full replay. Those who want to deep dive and listen to this at one time, plus we'll have little segments. All right, so Kjersti, before we go in a little Q&A, I know we have just a few minutes here. I know you agreed very graciously, thank you, to answer a few initial questions. And again, we'll go into this the next few weeks. Before we do that, Jill, I would love to unmute the line and do a 1, 2, 3, and everybody just make some noise, get up and shake around, whatever you want to do here. If you're excited at all, maybe a teensy little bit about what Kjersti just walked us through. Would that be okay, Miss Jill?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to my little command buttons here. I'm gonna ask all to unmute. I'm gonna give you a count to 5 to unmute. It's gonna be a little noisy. Everybody unmute. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you, Kjersti. Yeah. Wow.
Now,
Whoa.
now I'm going to do a countdown and say you love you, thank you, whatever you want to do to our director with the mosto, Miss Kjersti. Anyway, send your love to Miss Kjersti. Okay, here we go.
Miss
1,
Heidi.
2, 3.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yummy.
Oh my gosh, I love you guys. You guys are the
Yes,
best.
right on.
What a bunch of
Okay.
energetic people. I
The gift
love
that
it.
just keeps on giving.
Hey, you know what's fun is, wouldn't it? I don't know about you, but I want to live to be 100. Who's with
my
me?
Oh, I
goodness.
love it.
Who
All right.
is with me?
Okay,
Yes.
so on the count of 3, we're going to have you mute your lines again. 1,
Okay.
3.
2, 3. Wow. I think we have some grateful people, Miss Kjersti.
Yes, I would have to agree. I love it. The energy is so infectious and contagious in our community and culture here, because people are healthy, they're happy, and it's an environment that supports people and emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually. My goodness, it's like a one big happy family, to be honest. And like I said before, when you guys were all like unmuting and stuff, man, I want to live to be 100. I don't know about you. And I want to, if you're going to live to be 100, you want to be able to be mobile and have your wits about you. So, yeah, it's going to be fun, guys.
So true. So before we get into just a few questions, can you touch on the fact that it's one thing to experience initial results on any of these formulations and systems, is quite another to sustain them, develop new habits and new mindset. Are we also launching an amazing trans with a Z mational challenge and program?
We are, yes. And that was Brandon's baby. He really worked very hard along with Mitch, and created a new, beautiful Transform program platform. I believe you can go to transformchallenge.com and learn about it. I don't know if the site is live. I've been busy and I haven't even visited it myself since the event. Is it alive?
It's live. You can pre-register there.
You can pre-register between February 1 and February 28th, because I believe it goes live in March. But you have all of the tools that you need foundationally to drive results. One of the things that I am really passionate about is teaching people to listen to their bodies. You've got to listen to your body. Zallevo is customizable. And for some of you, 1 scoop twice daily of Ultra 30 is perfect for you. For some of you, 2 scoops 3 times a day is perfect for you. And so know that you can dose up or dose down according to your body and what your body is talking to you about. The same thing goes with Fortitude 85. Dose up on high stress days, dose back down to regular dose days when your stress is at a minimal. If you need more energy on certain days because maybe the baby was up all night, take a couple of E-Vibe instead of one. Maybe do alpha instead, even though you may not be working out. If you need that extra endurance factor to push you through anything that life may throw at you, take a stick and put it to the test. The biggest advice that I could give you on driving results is daily consistency. You've got to hone in your habits. And that's where the Transform program comes into play, because it's going to help you physically as well as emotionally and with your mindset, and helping to get you on track, because a lot of stuff is coming at us every single day. I mean, we turn on the news and it is constantly negative, right? We're being bombarded. You open up Instagram and you're scrolling and you're going to see things, and things are built based on what interests you. And if you are interested in negative news, guess what you're going to get more of? You're going to get more negative news, because it's all built around algorithms. It's built on your own personal activity. So if you want something more enlightened, then search those things out and find those things on social media, because then those things will start to populate and fill your space. I love elephants and baby pigs, and I can't tell you how many times when I open up social media, I see elephants and baby pigs, right? So it's a testament to the fact that what you go after is what they're going to give you more of. So protect your mindset. You have the ability to flip a switch like that when it comes to your thought process. A good example is you're having a doomy, gloomy day. Somebody walks into your house you haven't seen forever, and they brighten your day and lift your spirits and bring warm fuzzies inside. And you spend the rest of the day together enjoying each other's company and reminiscing and visiting. That's just one small example how you can go from a gloomy day to an absolute exquisite time in just a matter of seconds. Same thing with watching a movie. You turn on the movie, you get your popcorn and your blanket and you snuggle on the couch. Whatever you're watching is you're going to process emotionally, and your body can't tell fiction from reality, but you're watching it. And so whatever you're watching and thinking about is literally stimulating all of the glands that produce all of the little hormones in the body that could either be stressful or really joyous. So guard your mind, guard what you're watching, guard what you're focusing on, because all of that impacts the quality of health and the quality of your cells and how balanced your body is. And granted, there's enough as it is that is going to come your way that you're going to have to move through, battle through, and overcome, let alone all of the moments that are peppered throughout your day where you actually have control over what you're feeding and nourishing your mind and your body with. So guard the gate. I would say guard the gate, listen to your body. Not every day is the same. This is the other thing too. You're going to go on a cruise, and you're going to eat the all you can eat, and you're going to all of a sudden get a hair, and you're going to go down and eat fried French fries at 2 a.m. Trust me, it happens to everybody. Should you feel guilty? Oh, just, listen to your body. If you feel like crap, maybe don't do it the next night. Take your Zallevo with you, but enjoy your vacation. Go to your wedding, eat the wedding cake. Don't be for talking about your diet like, oh, I can't have any wedding cake because I'm trying to lose 15 pounds. Just enjoy it. And then tomorrow morning, begin your day with burn mode, and begin your day with biomes, and begin your day with Ultra 30. So I share this with you because I think a lot of times people, they're just so black and white. It's like all or nothing. I've had one cookie, might as well eat 12 because that is a very toxic mindset to get yourself wrapped up into. And life is about experiences, the spice for life, and give yourself grace and enjoy the journey. But for the most part, take care of your body. You only have one. You don't get to trade it in later. This is it. So if it's going to get rusty, it's going to get rusty. Just make sure you keep it shined and polished and clean, and you'll be surprised how long your body can serve you.
Wow, well said. I love balance. Work on that, how we approach life. And it's really about lifestyle, isn't it, Kjersti? And
It is.
and bringing joy to your everyday versus guilt and shame, replace it with joy and happiness and grace. So I don't think you touched on this, but just I know it's I know it's a question everybody has. Can you summarize the projected timing of when these are to be released?
Yes, MindSync is going to be the beginning of February. The performance line is going to be mid-February, and Vital Cores will be end February.
Did everybody hear that? So it's all February. So what's at
Yeah.
the beginning? Mind, the brain.
MindSync.
And here we
Mhm.
go with the performance line mid.
Yep.
And then
Yes.
toward the end of the month. I'm super stoked, Kjersti. Oh man,
Yeah.
the greens and the berries, you know, are multivitamins. And I hear the taste is yummy as far as the
Oh,
two
yeah.
greens and berry.
Yeah, the green has a bright green apple pineapple brightness, but it's not cloyingly sweet. It's the essence of green apple and the essence of pineapple that just brighten it is so delicious. Trust me, to drink your vitamins and your greens together like that, you're gonna love it. It tastes phenomenal. And the berries, beautiful, bright, but mild berries, not overly pungent. The other thing too with the Vital Cores and the Drench is they're very mild on the acidity factor. So people that have sensitive stomachs to acid components, such as maybe eVibe, because eVibe's got a bolstered citrus profile to it. It's very gentle and easy on the tummy. So that's the bonus for that as well. But you'll have fun mixing and matching. People are like, okay, the trio just got reinvented because you'll have other things to be able to create new trios out of.
Yeah, I guess we're going to have a super ultra max shake with the berries or the greens, and then all kinds of other combinations. So quads and quintets and all kinds of stuff. So Miss Kjersti, so again, we just love you and thank you. Can't wait for the next. Again, you're so gracious. Make some movement if you're excited about the next few weeks as well as she goes deeper into each of these formulations, and just can't wait to put them in our body. So guys, with your permission, we do have just a few minutes. I know Jill and the crew, if you're not aware of this, Jill, with your permission, and Jim, I will just say it, they're doing a beautiful, beautiful program on food addiction. And it's an amazing program, whatever your addiction is. And it's a beautiful, beautiful program. That's what they're doing at the bottom of the hour. So Kjersti, I know we have time. I think Heidi can help us out here for a few initial questions. Know that we're going to go deeper again the next few weeks. Before we do that, real quick, Jill, a couple of announcements, if we can step into that with your help.
Absolutely. Well, if you want to join the addiction call, it starts in 10 minutes. So you can feel free to message me or whatever. I can give you the link for that. And also, so we have, well, Robert, let's just go over the different calls we have every Monday morning and Friday morning. We have our servant leader chat, where our faith builds our business builds our faith. It's at the same Zoom link. It's at 7 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, super early in the morning, but for some people it's not so early. And then do we have a call Wednesday morning, Robert?
Yeah, I'm getting with you. We will be doing a
Okay.
review of going into the strategy and training. Again, stay tuned. We're coming up with the ideal time for that to fit everybody's schedule. So just stay tuned. Jill, you'll be, I'm sure, releasing that new updated card tomorrow with all the schedules. Absolutely.
And then we'll be here next Monday for a deep dive into our first formulation, which will be MindSync. And I'm super excited to learn more about that because I you know, if you say it works within 15 minutes, my mind is going to be just clicking all day long. It's just going to be on fire all day long. I'm super excited for that.
Yes,
Oh,
and thank
me
you,
too.
Jill. So please tune in. So there's so much going on, guys. And also, we are launching an event page. So stay tuned in the next couple of days. You'll see a probably going to be what, Jill? Probably Team Z Global event page. So where we post events, and you can go there, one-stop shop, whether in Utah, Texas, Australia, wherever it is, Canada, we'll be posting events so we can all stay updated. And for those that, oh yeah, speaking of that, hopefully you're all aware of this. Maybe you're not if you're on this call, maybe out of the blue, but we are going into a new market, which is way down under. And get with your person who invited you. If you're unaware of that, we are going down into Australia. in that market. Very, very exciting market as we expand globally. All right. So Jill, shall we cover a few basic questions just in the next few minutes?
Yeah, we have about 5 minutes. We can cover
Maybe
or
one.
two questions. Yeah,
Or two.
yeah.
Can you
But
just clarify your corporate call tomorrow, the pulse call? Is that,
oh yeah, tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow night is the pulse call. Thank you, Heidi. I was thinking it was, yeah, it was last week, but we were in an event last week. So thank you. So it'll be at 6 p.m. tomorrow night at zallevozoom.com. So that will be the pulse call.
And that's 6 p.m. Mountain, 7 p.m. Pacific. I'm sorry, 7 p.m. Central.
Yeah.
So thank you, Jill. So Heidi, walk us through, what was one of the questions that kind of stood out that we can tackle first?
I have to say, I think everybody was just kind of awestruck because we didn't have a lot of them.
Good.
Yes,
great.
but yeah, I'm sure there'll be a lineup of them for next week or week after week as we do the deep dive here.
There we
But
go.
one of the questions we have was, how does eVibe and Drench compare specifically to the ORAC score?
It's the same.
Okay.
It might be a little bit higher because of the mineral content, but in Drench, because you've got 3 different mineral complexes inside of Drench, not just one, which is what eVibe has. It doesn't make eVibe lesser. It's just different in the sense of driving mineral hydration with Drench. eVibe also drives mineral hydration, but Drench is intense. It's intensified mineral hydration. So ORAC score is the same because it has the beautiful apple phenol, apple polyphenols in both, same dose of that clinical dose. So yeah, you've got a beautiful ORAC score of a minimum of 27,000 per each stick.
Wowzers, right?
Yes.
The other question, and this was specific to MindSync, and I'm sure again we can address these on more of the deep dive, but are all of these new formulations safe for pregnancy and or nursing mamas?
That is going to be up to the mama and her healthcare professional. So Drench, there's no stimulants. There's no, there's nothing. It's antioxidants and minerals and some subcomponents that drive energy within the cell. So Drench would probably be an incredible thing. Amniotic fluid when you're pregnant or breast milk when you're nursing, you need superior hydration in order to make sure that amniotic fluid is at a level that's healthy. And the amniotic fluid, by the way, it changes out every 24 hours. You've got new amniotic fluid. The body is a miracle in changing that fluid out in and around the baby constantly. And that requires water intake. It requires hydration so that you can have that healthy exchange. And it's the same thing with nursing and lactating women. You have to be well hydrated in order for the body to have that hydration to produce fatty, nutritious milk for the baby. So yeah, I would run it through the OBGYN, and just get the sign off on that too. Yeah.
Absolutely. And then specific to MindSync as well, how would that formulation specifically aid in different cognitive and or just like mental conditions that people have? And I know you kind of address this in specifically what it does for executive functioning skills and neural pathways and all of the amazing things that the brain does. So could you address that one?
Yes. And it's the same thing. It's the same exact thing for someone who is dealing with some challenges in the mood department. MindSync in conjunction with the biomes and Ultra 30 would be the most exquisite trio for someone who is dealing with some mood issues, some mood challenges. So I would do daily, so BiomeSync daily, Ultra 30, MindSync, and if they can pop that Fortitude 85 into the equation as well, wow, like that Quattro effect of those 4 supplements would be just absolutely incredible. We know how much of an impact biome support is in and of itself, let alone anything else. Can you believe it? So yeah. Keep us posted as you guys are experimenting and helping people. Yeah.
Serotonin through the roof, right?
Yeah, because the brain produces serotonin, but also too, the gut produces the majority of the serotonin. So in order to have a good amount of serotonin, which is your happy, feel good, I can do anything, Betty Crocker feel, that, or if we're dudes, just, happy, like, honey, what can I do to help you? You've got to have a healthy gut, and that requires a good microbiome universe inside of your gut. And so that's where the biomes come into play.
And those are the 3 questions we had. That was
Oh
it.
my gosh, that was easy.
We'll stack them up
Yes.
though for week after week here.
Yeah,
For sure.
and one more thing too, Heidi, if we can say this to the group, for the upcoming calls, knowing we're going deep into each of the formulations, as these questions now pop into your mind, maybe when you watch this recording, etc. Heidi's going to put up a little graphic on the Your Next Level Facebook page, and it'll say post questions here, and then we can able to record and have a place that we could turn to when these calls are coming down the pike. Is that okay, Heidi? Say that.
Absolutely. And we will pin that to the top of the page so you guys don't have to go fishing for it. So it's quickly accessible, and pose the questions right down there in the comments, and we'll track them and line them up for Kjersti week after week here.
That's
Awesome.
great. Yeah, wonderful.
It's going to be so much fun. Well, again, lots of love. The VIP on this line is each and every one of you for stepping up and showing up, which is what the majority of the planet don't do they, guys? So we're all here to grow.
That's right.
So we can give more. That's what we're all. That's why we're created. It's our belief. All right, guys, let's do a. We're gonna yell out as we always do our favorite, one of our favorite core values. Just happens to be one that hopefully we resonate with. So let's unmute the line, Jill. Here we go. Here, thank you, Heidi and Kjersti. 1 second here. Everybody unmute. It'll get noisy again, and then want to do a countdown. And if you're new to this, the 3 words are force for good in a moment. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Yes. Thank you.
You are
Thank
wonderful.
you.
With
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kjersti. Thank you,
Thank
Robert.
Thank
you,
you.
Kjersti.
Love you
Thank you,
guys.
everyone.
Thank you. Bye, Jim.
Goodbye,
Yeah.
you guys.
Bye, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
For our
Bye-bye
next
now.
call, if you know anybody who has a food addiction and wants some help, this 12-step program is inspired.
Love and light.